Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is Jeremiah Jennings. I'm your host, and I'm excited to come to you with another fresh episode for your Wednesday. Happy New Year. This is New Year's Eve if you're listening in real time, and I'm excited to be here with you. I'm excited to share a little bit of what I've learned the past couple months here on today's episode and walk you through this journey together. What is this episode going to be about? It's going to be about a hiring process, and if you watch on YouTube, you got that intro live. You got to see it. You see behind me here, we got a whiteboard. We're going to do some actual drawing and hands-on session here today on the video. And if you're listening on audio, you can go see this video on YouTube. It's going to be published the same time the podcast drops, Wednesday morning. So I want you to make as much effort as you can to see this. It's very much worth your time to go watch it. I 100% believe so. We're going to talk through some things on here, and just the visual aspect I think will help you as well kind of grasp and put some tangible actions to what this system and this process means. I'm going to make sure here that my mic is working again, because I checked a minute ago and it wasn't, and it is now, thank goodness. So I'm glad I checked when I did. I was 2.5 minutes in, wasn't working, so we were able to hit stop and restart. But this is take 2, and I'm happy to do it. You can never do it at the same take twice. But anyway, what we're going to do today, we are going to walk through the hiring process. And if you've been along my socials the last couple of days, you've seen me give this process away in a document. We've also gotten a property enhancement upsell form that we've gotten rid of as well. And we're making that accessible to you guys. Guys, this is very small fish stuff, right, that I just want to help you with. You can go to leanscaper.com. and you can get a lot of crazy good SOPs and documents for your business inside of that community there. If you want to learn more about Leanscaper, reach out and let me know. I'm happy to get you in touch with the guide to get you set up and actually get your account active. Look into the accelerator program for 2026 and see if it's a good fit for you. I can almost assure you that it is if you want to grow your company. But you can go get a lot of free resources there. This today is something that I've actually crafted myself. I have not gone and outsourced this. It's something that we've actually taken. Hey, this is what we're doing inside of our company. I hand sketched this on a plane coming home from I think it was actually a Leanscaper event when I drew this out. And so just taking it, polished it a little bit, and now I want to present it to you guys to use in your business, because I know how important it is. I've seen the true results of it, and I want to do that today. So if you're watching, hearing, however you're getting this, you've seen the document, right? You've seen the document that is out there. If you want to learn more about the document, if you want to see it and build it for yourself hands-on, then Saturday morning, January the 3rd, so if you're listening real time, just a few days from now at 8 a.m. Eastern, we're going to go for 90 minutes. We're going to have 5 people in there, and we're going to go through and build a hiring process for you and your company. Specifically, like hands-on, let's do this for blank landscapes, Joe's Landscapes. And we're going to put templates in there. We're going to help you create job ads. We're going to help you build these things out to where you can actually see true change in the business and get this system up and operational in the new year. It's going to make a big difference. And that is going to be a hands-on. It's $100. It's, guys, $100 for what this will give you, the freedom this will give you if you actually get it and use it. It's just there's no amount of money. I can't compute how much value will come from this if you just spend $100 and spend the time to do it. Now, with that said, it does cost money, right? This document, it's free. Go download it on your own. It's out there. You can take it, use it on your own. This video, this resource, this audio, me walking through it step by step, still free, right? You can take this. If you want to go do it on your own, you watch the video, you want to make some changes here and there, you can do it. If you want to get hands-on, you want to help me you want me to help you walk you through it, and I'm not the end-all, be-all either. I'm not your savior, right? I just want to say, hey, I have actually done this and it's worked, so let me give a little bit of insight where I can. And if you want me to do that with you, and because I'm that way, I'm like, hey, help me, coach me, teach me, Like, I pay a lot of money for coaching every month, and it's for that, like, hey, you did it, you've done this, teach me how to do it type thing. And I want to be able to do that in whatever way, shape, or form that I can. And so time is my most valuable asset, as is your time. That's why I want to give you the most value possible in this hour and a half. And I want you to leave there really excited for what you get out of the hour and a half on Saturday. So you can go to the link in the show notes today. You can go to the link in the description on YouTube, or go to my Instagram bio and you'll see the link for the roundtable there. But anyway, if you're listening after this, we will do more roundtables. If you want to do this hands-on with me in a roundtable, let me know. We'll make it happen. But it is, guys, a tremendous opportunity to be able to do this and get it set up for the new year. I'm still checking my mic again because I'm just worried now. I'm going to get all the way in. It's not working, but it's good. I think it's charged. I'm not going to look again. We're going to trust that it's good to go. So what we're going to get into today, we're going to step-by-step through the hiring process. If you're watching on YouTube, it's been a lot of blah, blah, blah. You want to see some drawing? Let's do it. My drawing sucks, but we're still going to do it. Using a hiring process. Very, very simple, but it takes a little bit of effort to get it built. Once it's built, it's a system that will really continue to rock and roll. You've heard this a million times. You've probably said this a million times. I can't find good guys. I can't grow. I can't find anybody. I can't trust anybody. I got to do it myself, right? And guess what? You're the bottleneck of the company because you're never going to go past what you can do if that is the mentality that you take on. Now, I'm not saying you have to be a $5 million landscape company. I'm not saying you have to grow to 50 employees. That's not what I'm saying at all. If you want to be a one-man band and run that and that's what you want to do, then do it, right? I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying if you want to grow and you keep defaulting to, hey, I can't find good guys, this is the fix to that problem. It's one of the fixes to that problem. There are multiple things you have to do. You have to train. You have to onboard well. You do these things to keep them there. But I'm going to help you get them in the door and help you get good qualified candidates to have the ability to hire that makes the process afterwards a little bit easier. So step one, very, very simple. We're just going to create a very good job ad. Create a job ad. Create a solid job ad. And what does this look like? So transparently, I didn't know how to make a job ad. I didn't know what to do with a job ad. You like this writing already, guys? This is just awful. But this marker's not helping me either. Create a solid job ad. I didn't know how to make a job ad. I didn't know what to do with a job ad. I've just heard, we do job ads in the green industry? What? This is a thing? So I was like, where do I get people from? I made posts on Facebook. I put those out there. I shared them in our community groups. I wasn't getting anybody good. I wasn't getting good leads. It's like, how am I going to grow? How am I going to get people? People don't want to work here. People don't want to cut grass. Guys, that's not always the case. I mean, guess what? You may be right that they don't want to cut grass. It's not right that they don't want to buy into a company that's a big vision to help a lot of people. And that's what our job ad embodies. The job needs to have a very, very clear professional title. The title of the job needs to be very good, and it needs to show it needs to encompass what they're going to be doing. So for me, it's maintenance foreman or maintenance division leader or installation foreman. Whatever that is, make that something that they can really encompass and embody and grow into. You need to make sure in that ad you communicate expectations extremely well. The standards are in there and the growth opportunity. So for me, I think that's a huge one to look at and write down. Let me do a sub point here. Standards are huge. And I'll tell you what another one is, I think is even bigger, is growth opportunity. When you get growth opportunity in here for people to see, this is what draws people in. And you have to, my marker's drying out on me. I should have tested my markers before we recorded this. My marker's drying out on me, but let's see what color this one is. There's another black one. I'll try this one. Growth opportunity is what people really care about, right? Growth opportunity is they look at something and say, hey, we have a future here. If I'm going to leave a career or if I'm wanting to get into a new career, there is a future here. That's not me just getting up and going to cut grass every day, right? This is where I think it matters not the most, but it's top 3 in there. What is their opportunity for growth? It needs to be spelled out in here. It needs to show and cast the vision for them. That's how, again, this process has gotten me my 2 key people that are the foundation players for us to grow the next 5 years. They will be top level of my company in the next 3 to 5 years no questions asked. Like I have no regards, no concerns that they're not going to be here, right? And this is one of the huge reasons, growth opportunity. They both came in and said, hey, how can we grow? And that's what they bought into. They bought into the vision of the company and the growth that they can have here and the growth that they can see with the company along the way. That's what they bought into. They didn't buy into cutting grass all day. They bought into the growth opportunity. You need to also, in this, put your core values, right, in the job ad. This is, you can't read this. I'm going to switch from red because that thing is just sucking it up today. There we go. That's better. Core values need to go in there. Going to get some more markers if we do this again. Core values. Put your core values in there. Let them see them, right? Ours are safety, quality, reliability. Put those in there so they know what they're coming into. So they know when they're coming into the company. You need to also have in this, you need to have responsibilities in here. Responsibilities of these people for them to say, look at and say, okay, here's what I'm going to be responsible for. Here's my opportunity for growth. These are the standards the company holds with core values. That's a pretty good foundation, right? I think that's a pretty good first step. So your job ad has to be first, and it has to be top of the line. It has to be something good that people can look at and say, okay, I want to go there. I want to grow. How do we actually do this? How do we execute it, right? Use chat. Use ChatGPT or an internal templates draft. You can go find templates somewhere on the online somewhere else. You can go to Leanscaper. Leanscaper has some of these templates already built. You can use ours. This is like, woo, you can build this with this form. That's what I'm telling you. It's free. Go download it, and you can take it and use it for yourself. But you can go use any AI out there to help you generate a job ad. And the job ad is literally what, like, it's make or break. That's your first impression on people. You need to make sure that you're not putting generic or boring language in there, right? You need something that is very specific, very spot on. This is what we're doing. This is where you grow. This is how you grow, right? And you also want to make sure that you emphasize professionalism and accountability. Put that in the job ad because that's what people look at and they say, okay, here we go. I want to apply for this job. This is where A players come to work. If they just look at a job ad and they think, oh, Joe Blow, who is hungover from last night, is going to be working here, and that's what they're going to be having to deal with every day, they're not going to want to work there. A players don't surround themselves with B and C's. I promise you that, right? So in this form that we have a maintenance foreman job ad template and a landscape foreman job ad template as well. You can use, but you can go to AI and get that for you. So step one, the job ad, right? Step two, this is one where I feel like is a top 3 importance factor as well. This is PIQ. What's a PIQ? I'm not writing this whole thing out. Pre-interview questionnaire, right? Pre-interview questionnaire. Pre-interview questionnaire, right there. This, you need to mark this down. You need to know. You need to save that acronym forever in your mind, because this right here is what really vets and negates so much waste of time on your end. You need to make sure when you build this. So this is built in a Google form. It's very easy to do. It's not hard to do. You can, again, go to chat, go to Lana AI, ask it to build you a pre-interview questionnaire for whatever job position that you're looking to fill, right? We don't actually do that for specific job positions. We do it as a broad, hey, we're hiring a person. And when you get into higher level positions, maybe a different story, right? You may actually do it a little more specific, job specific and things. But for us, at this level, we're still doing just like one overall generic form that everyone has to go through and fill out. And this is not how many years have you cut grass, what kind of plants do you know, can you flip edge with a weed eater, right? This is not what that form is. What the form is, it's this question. It's these questions here. What are we going to focus on? It's going to be work ethic, right? Work ethic. How we're going to ask questions surrounding this, right? What have you done in the past? How have you shown a work ethic in an environment where it may not have been easy to? We're going to focus on reliability, right? How have you been able to get a job done when maybe you've had team members down or gone, right? Have you been able to take on that ownership as well? Communication style. So how are people going to communicate? Are they going to get mad and flustered when somebody doesn't show up or something breaks, right? How are they going to handle communication? We're going to handle problem solving. Problem solving is also one that is like, this is the hang up in a lot of owners, is the ability to problem solve, finding people that can problem solve for you. I still struggle with this. Like, and I don't know, I would like to do more research on this to figure this out. Like, is it the fact that that's what like an entrepreneurial brain is, and maybe like people who aren't wired this way don't, like their brain doesn't work like this, but my brain works day in and day out thinking, how do I solve a problem? Like, that's literally what my brain thinks about. Maybe everyone's brain doesn't think that way. So if that's the case, it's going to be harder to find those people, but you got to be able to translate, how can I problem solve? How can I bring people in that know how to problem solve? Because that's what we're doing every day. When you have a landscape foreman running a job site and they have to figure out how to get pipe under a sidewalk, or something breaks, or they're short on this, they need to change an area here, like, they got to figure out, how do I problem solve? How do I actually solve this problem? And that's not easy to find. That's why you want to put it in this questionnaire, because you want to find this out early. Also, you want to have accountability. And this is not just work accountability. This is personal accountability, right? What do they do day in and day out? How do they show accountability? What's their family life like? Like, ask some questions surrounding that. You need to build this alongside your job ad. But for me, they don't get this until after the job ad is filled out. So they fill out the job ad. Once the job ad's filled out, I respond to their message, and then they get this PIQ here. Once this pick is sent out, they get to have the responsibility to fill it out and get it back to me in a timely manner. You can set that for yourself, but you can manually or automatically send it, right? You can set up triggers with Zaps and have, once their application comes in from Indeed, and we'll post that in a minute. We'll talk about that in a minute, because the job ad is one, we have to pair it with a platform, right? You can have it set to where once the job application comes in, it automatically sends this out, but you don't have to. You can manually, hey, skim a job app, and then, hey, that don't fit the mold. I can just tell from the job app, right? You don't have to send this. This is used as a primary qualifier, hands down. This is one of the most important parts of the process, okay? Number 3, job posting. So we made the job ad, right? Where are we going to post the job? Indeed. Indeed is what's worked for us. There's LinkedIn, there's ZipRecruiter, there's lots of other places. Indeed has worked tremendously for us. Now, we are in Alabama, we're central Alabama. This is what's worked. I honestly haven't tried a bunch of others because I haven't needed to. This is what's worked. And what we're going to do is we're going to pair this with, remember, strong job title, strong job ad. You can attach the pick if you want to. You don't have to. You can do this afterwards. And turn on sponsored ads. So for me, I was spending $30 to $50 a week, and we were getting 30 leads a week, roughly. Like 20 to 30 leads a week. We're getting lots of leads coming in the door. Really, we're getting those in like the first 36 to 48 hours. We were getting that many. And then I would turn it off after like 4 days. I would turn the job out and then filter. So this is a quick little glimpse here. Use whatever platform you want to. Indeed is the one we choose. We run the sponsored ads. I'll spend $150 for 2 or 3 days, right? I'll spend $150 total, $20, $30 a day to get the word out to 50 candidates, right? I'm all about that. And then if 10 or 15 of them are qualified and make it to this list, then I'm happy, okay? So once you get those, okay, once you get those leads coming in, then you got to manage them, all right? They're going to manage because they're going to come in hot and heavy. Manage the leads. This is like managing estimates during the summer. How do you do it? What system do you have in place to do this? How do you manage your leads? Okay, because they will come in hot and heavy. You need to have a process in place to say, hey, these are going to get reviewed daily. When they come in, we get 5 a day, 10 a day. Review them daily. Your VA can do this. You can put a system for your VA to do this. You can do this for 30 minutes every morning. Whatever it is, right? Review those. Do not rush decisions. Don't rush decisions, please, because this is what happens. This happened to me this year. 1, we broke the process. We didn't follow this process all the way through. And 2, I rushed the decision because we needed a guy. Because we needed a guy, I rushed the decision, and that ended up costing us a bunch of money on essentially wasted labor, right? Why did we do this? This was not fun. Why did I rush the decision? Because we were in need of labor, right? We were in need of those hands really quickly, and so I broke the system. I rushed the decision. We kept a guy for 6-8 weeks, and he never really benefited us anything. Cost me money, cost us time, cost us morale. Like, it just wasn't. He was some hands occasionally. That was about it, right? And that was not a good fit for us in the long run. All right, I don't even know where I left off just then, but I had to take a little break, get a little water here, and I'm still going to get some water. Because actually I take a phone call real time. Guys are out working, moving some brush, and they threw a track. Love that. So, throwing a track on a machine, we've never done that before either on this machine. So, we're going to figure that out. But there we go. So, don't rush a decision. It will come back to bite you in the butt. I promise you. Keep checking my mic. It'll come back to bite you in the butt because I wish we would not have rushed that. This is why you build the process, right? If you just do something all the time and you don't have anything figured out or an actual something to follow, a checklist, that's when you make bad decisions. You make bad hires. You make bad decisions across the board, okay? And when you break a process that works, you see what happens. There's no need to do that. Just please follow along the process. Once you have it built, don't stray from it. It's like sending out an estimate. Once you have an estimate built and you have templates and things in place, you can go follow a template. Don't ever break it. That's what you need to help the business grow. Don't break it, all right? We're wrapping up here. I won't hold you much longer, but the speed matters, right? The speed matters, but you want to be able to filter it even more. The filtering matters more than the speed does. So let me slide over here. Oh, no. I got to move. Bear with me real quick. I got this, my notes are pulled up here, and I had to filter down here. You want to make sure that after you have that PIQ, you want to be able to actually do the initial review. And what that looks like for me is I go through and skim that form, and I see how those answers match up, okay? You need to be able to look at resume quality, all right? If they gave you a resume, what kind of quality is there? If they give you a resume, that's a step up for me, all right? What is the tone and like professionalism of how they talk? This is one of the best words I can say is like, what's the overall vibe of their communication style? You can tell a lot off of how people respond to questions and how they type, how they word things, how they spell. You can figure a lot out about them. In this form alone, you can figure out if they're a blamer, if they want to blame other people, or if they want to, at this review stage, you can see if they want to blame people, if they want to own responsibilities, right? This is one of the best ways that I can look at this is say, and best piece of advice I can give you through this process, think about your A+ friends, right? So who are your A+ people you surround yourself with? Think about how they communicate, and then compare those answers to those friends' communication styles. How far off are they? Do they align? Do they match? Are they similar? Learn to read people, right? Learn to read people. And once you get this PIQ dialed in, this can change. Your first pick could be, like version 1 could be revised after your first 3 hires. You could say, okay, we got to figure something out here because something's off. They're getting through our system, but we're missing something somewhere, right? So you find that question, you revise it, you add a new one, you take one out, whatever that is. Once you have that dialed in, this is where it's so important. This is where it really stands out, and it comes in clutch because you learn how to read people, you get good answers, you can be really filter the best way possible. Once everything's filtered, right, you qualify them, then you can do your phone interview. I personally do a phone interview first. So what this is this is not even anything fancy. This is just a, hey, saw your application, saw you got the pick here. I want to talk to you about the job a little bit. And I just get an overall vibe, right? I review the pick, maybe ask a question or two, go a little bit further in detail. That's where I kind of just prod a little bit more, right? Is this a good fit? Are they on the align with our values? Are they going the right direction? Are they moving forward in life? Okay. This is where you decide, all right, this is the last stage before, is this candidate interview worthy? Okay. Do they deserve my time, 30 minutes to an hour for an interview? Most cases, you probably already know by this point. This is the last straw where you say, okay, you are or you aren't worthy of my time for an interview. Okay. The next thing down from this is where it really comes in. So your process is working by this point, right? You've gotten the candidate in. This is where you need to take your interview process and streamline it by doing virtual interviews. We live in a world of Zoom calls, Google Meets, Teams meetings, everything, right? Technology is not going anywhere. AI is not going anywhere. You need to learn to bring it into your company, using it as a part of your operating system. Use virtual interviews to your advantage. You can schedule 5 virtual interviews in one morning from your office, never having people coming in and out. Like, you can cut it short if you get on there and you're 10 minutes in and you're like, oh, this is not a fit, right? You can take that out, right? You can just end it. You can end it quick, right? And it's not a good fit. People aren't driving. They're not wasting their time. If they work another job, they're not having to take off work, right? They can just take a break or something. This is where you can really set apart too, is like using tech in your business. People look at this interview process and say like, oh, okay, like this is convenient for me. I'm looking at, like, as the owner of the company, I'm looking out for their interests because I don't want to inconvenience them too much, okay? Schedule that interview. Base your questions for that interview off the pick responses, all right? Get to know them better and ask the questions about, of course, time and tenure in the roles, whether that be maintenance, landscape, hardscape, whatever. What are their qualifications? Do they have certifications? Do they have anything of that? Again, validate that consistency, their attitudes. Okay, what are their responsibilities that they hold now? Edit this to fit your company. Okay, so your pick, you start with this base, and you edit along the way, and you find it, and you fix it. Same thing with your interview questions. Find an interview process that fits your company the best. Find interview questions that you can take and ask same line, same way every single time. Now, that's going to take you 5, 10, 15, 20 interviews, maybe 50 interviews to get that process where you're like, okay, this is a great interview. I like this. This is how we roll moving forward. But you need to just figure out in the beginning, how do I even ask and how do I even do an interview? You can build a template off of that, ask some questions, base it off the pick answers, which comes off of this initial review right here, and you can have a pretty successful interview most of the times. So after this, right, okay, I want to hire the person. You need to give them a good offer, and you need to onboard them well. If you don't do these things, they get a bad taste in their mouth from day one. Really good offer, really good onboard process. So the offer, right? You need to have a company-branded offer, in my opinion. Find you, like you should have a brand kit in your company. I highly suggest you have a brand kit in your company. Like blue and white, green and white, red and black, yellow and green, whatever your colors are, right? Find that. Have a VA, somebody on the internet, go and make you like a Canva brand kit if you don't know how to do it. And have all of your documents encased in this. Like everything is encased in this coloring. Have this brand kit. It makes you look professional. It makes you look like legit, okay? Have that. Put it in an offer. The offer states what their title is, what their responsibilities are, pay. All of that stuff is discussed and presented in this offer and on a document, right? That goes to them and it can be signed via DocuSign, okay? But you need to get them build them a good offer and make them and send it to them, right? Make them sign it. It's going to make them feel like they're legit, okay? Again, that's how you want to grow your company. You want people to feel like, hey, I actually have a future here. We're not just going to cut grass every day. We have a future to grow here. That's how we're going to do it. Don't skip this step. Run a background check. Background checks don't cost a lot of money. I personally actually have not done them the way that we should in the past. We will be doing them in 2026 moving forward, okay? 2026 or 2025, if I would have done that, it would have saved me probably 3 bad hires if I would have done the background checks the way that I need to, okay? $25, $30, do a background check. I promise you it'll be worth it. Make sure role expectations are there. Once the offer is accepted and you start onboarding, right? So onboarding is the offer process. The onboarding is, okay, they got it. Now we're going to talk through the next steps. What does that look like? What does the actual hiring look like? onboarding kind of bleeds over into the hire and the train category. You need to train intentionally, you need to coach consistently, and you need to invest time early on, right? So those are 3 good things that I hope you can visualize and think about. And I hope you're taking notes on this if you are watching or listening. Train intentionally, please. Think on this. I'm going to tell it to you 4 or 5 times here while I write it down. Train intentionally. Coach them consistently. So whatever your style of coaching is, do it consistently, right? Please stay consistent. Don't change up on them. When you start changing, you get wishy-washy. That's when people really jump off. Invest the time early. Early being the key statement here. Early. Day 1 through 7 of your company. Invest time into them. Build an onboarding process and a platform where they can come into with Ingredients, whether it's something else internally that you do, Excel sheets, Google videos, whatever, that they can go and look through Google Docs, SOPs, reading, whatever that is. Find it for you, build it for your company. I'm not going to say you have to do one way or the other. If you don't make a new hire feel invested, like they're being invested in, they won't stay. They will not stay there in the long run, okay? And if you keep training the same way you always have, you're going to get the same results. And if you're watching this video, you probably have some problems keeping employees and hiring employees. So do something different. Don't keep onboarding the same way that you have been. Make sure that you actually take time and make the changes. The work is not over, right? Just because you have this process built now doesn't mean the work's over. It's actually just beginning. Like, you have to follow through on all of this. And that's the hard part. The following through is the hard part. The creation of the SOPs, that's the easy part, right? And I'm preaching to the choir. The easy part is saying set it all up, get it all up and running. Sweet, here we go. That's the easy part. The hard part is actually making sure that it comes to fruition and make sure you use it. If you're watching here and you're looking at the Google form because you downloaded it, the Google Doc because you downloaded it, there's a couple resources at the bottom that are from Leanscaper, onboard process, and field skills training. Highly suggest you look into those and implement them in your company. Please, guys, this process is not complicated, okay? It is not complicated, but it is going to take you time, and it's going to take some effort for you to actually learn how to use the system and get it to where it's operational in your business day in and day out, okay? Every time you hire, this is what's get followed. But you know how this adds even more value? You could take this and turn this into letting your lead number 2 start running the hiring process. Like, they could do the hiring process all the way up to the interview. Okay? You give them a guideline of what they're looking for, what standards and metrics they're looking for through this pick process, through the review process, through that first phone call, right? Key questions and answers to ask. They could get you all the way to the they get you all the way to the interview, the virtual interview, right? Your VA could do this, right? We're going to empower our VA to do some of this stuff here because this is how they feel valued in the company. This is how you grow with people around you. By allowing other people to take this and train and grow with it, they feel valued, right? This is how you do it. If it's all in your head and you don't have a process to actually live it out, how is anybody else going to do it? That goes back. It's a big circle, right? It goes back to the very beginning. Guess what? You have no people. You have no VA with anybody to do anything because it's all in your head. You have nothing on paper. That's what this does. This is your first step at getting things on paper, getting a process built to bring the right people in to work alongside of you guys. Lead from within. Lead from within. Own things yourself. Take responsibility. Share it with your team. And let them know you don't have it all figured out. Let them know that you're making your first hire. Let them know that you're following this process for the first time. And that it may not be the best process, but it's the one you're doing now. It's the one you're working with. And let them know that you're trying and you want to grow with them. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Come watch more on the YouTube channel. Lots of new content coming out here in the next year. I'm excited to grow this thing. I'm excited to partner with you out here and just bring as much value to you as you can. If there's anything specific that you want to see, any other things like this on the backside of the business or the operations that you want to see, sales, whatever, let me know. I'm happy to create as much content on it as I can. And what's your hang up? What's your one hang up that you're struggling with? Reach out and let me know. Because if it's something that I've worked through and I can actually give some insight on, I'm happy to do so. That's how we, again, help more people. So leave a comment on YouTube. shoot me a DM on Instagram, leave us a review on the podcast, whatever that may be. You can go to the link in all these, wherever you're watching or hearing this, you can go to the link there, the Stand Store link, and you'll see the roundtable to sign up for the hiring process discussion. That may be sold out by the time this is live. I don't know. There's only 5 people going to be in there. So I highly suggest you get it. It's going to sell out. But that'll be in there. The doc for the hiring process is in there, free. The form for the for the property enhancement upsell, that form is in there as well. And so that's free as well. We didn't talk about much on this video, but that's just another one I'm giving away. It's 15 grand in revenue, 20 grand in revenue a week that you could generate. We'll do a video on that probably next week. Come back and watch on that. But it's going to make a big difference, guys. Stuff like this makes the difference in your company. This is the off season. It's time to do it. Pair yourself with a partner like LMN. You see I got my Granum hat on here. Granum is the parent company that owns LMN, Single Ops, and Greenius. Guys, Greenius, LMN, change your business. I can't speak to Single Ops. They're more of a tree care company, tree care focused software. But LMN, guys, changed our company, changed our life, changed our whole future. Reach out, let me know if you have any questions. Code Jeremiah saves you some money when you sign up. DM me though. I can get you set up with a sales specialist to get you the best deals possible right now. You don't have to go through online or anything like that. Reach out and let me know. Leave me a comment, whatever. Shoot me a message. I'm happy to help you and get you actually in there. Like, hey, one-to-one referral. Don't go through the general pool, right? Element run ads all day long. They'll go out and they'll pitch ads. People will find them. People will see them on the internet, whatever. They'll see them at trade shows. Don't go through the general pool. Like, we have a good working relationship one-on-one with their sales team. Reach out to me. I'll get you in touch with them, and we'll get you onboarded and ready to go for the spring, making the best decisions that you ever have. One of the best decisions you've ever made is going to get in a software like this and actually utilize it. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Follow us, like us, subscribe to us, whatever. Leave us a review. Again, thank you. We love you. We care about you. If there's any way we can help, please reach out and let us know. We'll catch you here on the next one, guys. See ya.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.